This is really bizarre lighting, isn't it? Good morning, friends. Thank you for joining me for another What I Eat in a Day as a vegan on Slimming World. If you're new, my name's Leanne. Hi, nice to meet you. And if you're coming back, as always, thank you ever so much for doing so. Today is Wednesday. Usually it would be weigh-in day. I'm not going this week. It's because I had some time off. I was a lot of stress. I had a big gain. And so I've decided I'm not going to weigh in because I don't really want that gain on my record, or at least not as huge a gain. You know, I'm fully aware it's there. It was extenuating circumstances, and I'm just going to stay on plan and try and get as much of it off before next week as I can. So with that in mind, we're just going to have a really good week on plan. Yay! Later on today, I am planning on going shopping, so I will hopefully have a grocery haul to show you guys. Well, no, I will have a grocery haul to show you guys. This is my commitment to you that I will show you. It's a pretty good opportunity because my fridge is practically bare right now. So we'll have a good old, a good shop, I think. But I need to do a little inventory first just to see what things I need for, you know, the cupboards and the dry goods and things like that. The stuff that I don't buy every day, you know, because I buy 12 of them at once. Anyway, oh dear, I'm very asthma-y today. I do apologise. I think it's just hay fever. But yeah, so we're going to get the day started. I'm just going to have a coffee, and I'm thinking for breakfast, usually I have my vegan bacon and mushroom pitta. I have none of the above ingredients. So what I do have is some strawberries and blueberries and some coconut yogurt. Well, not coconut yogurt, it's the Alpro plain with coconut. So I'm gonna do some of that for my breakfast instead, which will be nice because it's nice and fresh. And here we go, breakfast of champions. So featuring a non-sponsored, not sponsored by Alpro. So yeah, I've got my cold brew coffee with just 50 mils of Alpro almond barista in for this one. So that's half a syn. And then I've got half a pot, so 250 grams of this Alpro plain with coconut yogurt. I love this one. And that's half a syn per 100 grams. So technically it would be 1 1/4 syns. So obviously I'll just call it 1 1/2 syns. And then I've got loads of strawberries and blueberries on top that you can just about see. There are more blueberries under the strawberries, but then when I realised I was going to need to use all the strawberries because they were slightly, you know, needing to be used, I thought I'd better save some blueberries to go on top so you can actually see them. So voila. Yeah, so in total this is 2 syns, and hopefully I'll remember to have a second coffee today because I keep missing it and I keep really missing it, you know. I thought you guys would appreciate this. That moment when you forgot that a blueberry fell on the floor and you put it on your desk and then had apparently been leaning on it with your sleeve for a while. Ew. So now I have to go clear up this blueberry that I've apparently murdered. Sorry, blueberry. And apparently changing my top because I'm covered in blueberry guts. So that's nice. I swear I'm so clumsy. Oh, gross. Hey, so I mentioned yesterday that I had a new air fryer and I briefly showed it, and I briefly mentioned the day before about a kettle. So let me tell you, my microwave packed up basically. It was quite an old one. I think I'd had it somewhere between 8 and 10 years. So I mean, it's done okay, you know, for cheapy-ish products. So I was looking at a new one, so, you know, fair enough. And I came across this range that I've always eyed up in the past and then never kind of got. And I was like, okay, my kettle's the same age as my microwave and is pretty skanky. You can't probably ever see it on videos, but it had like rust and stuff like that on it, on the bottom. So it was definitely getting to be due a replacement. So I was like, okay, cool, I'll get the matching kettle. And then I was telling my mum about it and I said, look, this range, they do a whole load of other stuff, including an air fryer. I said, but the only thing is I didn't buy the air fryer originally because my old one, my original one from what, 4 years ago now, that works perfectly fine. Yeah, it's a little bit worse for wear, like the fryer basket is a little bit rusty around the top, but that's just from where I occasionally put it in the dishwasher and the salt gets to it. But functionally it's absolutely fine, and the basket is absolutely fine in itself, and I use liners in it. And I said to Mum, I said, I just can't really justify getting another air fryer, not when that one works so perfectly, and like it's not like good enough to give away to someone, you know, like I wouldn't feel right, you know, doing it on one of the free sites or anything, just because the basket wasn't very nice condition. And Mum said, well, actually, funny enough, we've been talking about getting an air fryer. So we decided that Mum would have my old air fryer and I would buy my new one. And that way we're not wasting the old one. They get to try, you know, if they get on with air frying. Apparently my dad, of all people, has been on about doing it for like, because he, you know, when he does like a fish cake, like he just does one. So like there's no point doing it in the oven. So that's why he's been saying about an air fryer recently. So this is a perfect chance for them to A, have an air fryer for free, and B, try it out. And you know, if it does pack up in 6 months or a year or whatever, which I don't think it will because it's a pretty good air fryer, but even if it does, at least they've tried it out to see if they get on with it. And also they haven't spent the money and then found they didn't get on with it or whatever, you know? So it worked out perfectly. And I had some old liners from the other air fryer, and so Mum just gave me a tenner just to cover a cost of them. So yeah, so it's worked out really well. So I got the air fryer, and I'm going to show you my new appliances, because I'm not going to lie, I was just in here making a cup of coffee and honestly I could just admire them. Guys, look. Look. Obviously my coffee machine doesn't match, but yeah, how nice. I love blue. You may know my well, okay, that was a bad example, but like my main like plates and stuff are all blue, except for the ones that aren't. Just ignore that. You can see there's lots of blue in my cupboard, see? Blue, 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 blue. See, whenever anyone gets me special mugs, they're always blue. Anyway, yeah, so what do you reckon? I'm not gonna lie, I'm so pleased. I think they look so smart. Like, oh, I just love the retro look. Yeah, so I will confess that this air fryer, like if I was to buy a new one, I think my old one should have been 50. I bought it for 40. Like I said, it's 4 years old. And I mean, I would have paid 50 to replace it. This one was actually 70, so it was a little bit more expensive, but as I said, the only reason I got it was to match, and like I said, Mum's having my old one, so it's okay. And she gave me a tenner back for the air fryer liners that I hadn't used, so actually, there we go. It was only a tenner more than I would have spent. But what was the kettle? 30 something, so I guess average kettle price. And the microwave, I think, was 70, which again, fairly average microwave price. In my head, I thought microwaves were going to be a lot cheaper. Because in my head I think I had 50 quid for a microwave, and I was finding more expensive ones, and then I kept seeing this one on the cheaper options, which is what led me down this whole rabbit hole. So yeah, thank goodness for overtime, but I am dead chuffed. I mean, this has just freshened up this whole annoying corner of my kitchen, because this was quite dark, because I had like my microwave was black. And then I had my coffee maker next to it, and then I had like my skanky old kettle. So, I mean, oh God, guys, I just love it. I'm so chuffed. So anyway, I just wanted to, I just wanted to show you guys, because I just hope that you like it as much as I do. I just think it's so aesthetically pleasing. I love it so, so much. I don't care if it doesn't go with anything else that I have. They go with each other, and I love it so much. The only other thing that I keep eyeing, because they do quite a lot in this range, I mean, but I'm not paying £70 for a kitchen bin to match. That's ridiculous. But they do like a slow cooker. Well, I don't need that because I've got my pressure cooker. And what else? They do various other things. which I can't think of, but they also do an actual espresso machine. And I must say, I was sort of eyeing it, but I do like the convenience of my pod machine. I know it's not ideal. I do recycle the pods, but yeah, maybe I'll consider the espresso machine for in future, seeing as I pretty much drink just plain coffee. Like, I don't feel like I get the use out of the pods as such, but I don't know. That's definitely not something I would get now, because that's a real considering thing. But anyway, yes, so I think this is everything I would probably end up realistically buying in this range. But oh God, they're just so... I just love them so much. So enjoy my excitement. Okay, so I had my second coffee, which was another 50 mils of Alpha Barista for half a sin, and I'm just having some lunch. I'm starving. I'll tell you what, that fruit and yogurt did not keep me full up for very long, which I think is why I ended up gravitating to my normal pitters. Anyway, lunch doesn't look very exciting, but it is. Ta-da! Oh, I've just realised it's like Mickey Mouse ears. Okay, so this is the leftover chickpeas and broccoli from the other day. This is lemony, garlicky deliciousness. It doesn't look like much. It's so good. My mouth is watering just looking at it, because I know how flavoursome it is. So that's 3 syns for the half a tablespoon of olive oil that was in this portion. And then I've got a bread roll for my Healthy Extra B, and because I'm really hungry, I've got a second bread roll for 6 syns. So that's 9 syns. And with my, what did I have at breakfast? 1.5 plus a half plus another half, so that's 2.5. So that's 11.5 by my reckoning. It'll work out when I put it in my diary. Hi guys, I am just back from Tesco. It ended up not being as huge a shop as I was originally thinking it might be, but I've just got enough to cover me for, oh, certainly the foreseeable few days. Bit of a strange one. There was no vegan bacon, like any brand. Any brand. There was vegan mince, vegan burgers, vegan chicken, vegan steak, and obviously vegetarian versions as well. No bacon, veggie or vegan, of any brand. How weird is that? And I couldn't even see a shelf label for it. They used to at least have, well, at one point they had 3, because they had the 2 types of the Richmond. They had the streaky and the other one. And then they had the This Isn't Bacon. And I think they had the This Isn't Bacon, like, little pieces as well. So yeah, there was definitely used to be a few. So I don't know what's happened there. Maybe there's a stock issue. But anyway, so I couldn't get any vegan bacon, which was a tiny bit annoying, because I was hoping to sort of go back to my quite well-established regimen of having a bacon and mushroom pita for breakfast. But that's okay. We're gonna move through it. It's fine. So let me just show you what I've got. Guys, I just recorded my whole haul video and I hadn't pressed record. Oh my God, I've just been talking for like 15 minutes to myself. Right, let's try again. Oh my God. Take 2. Here is my haul video. Let's talk like I haven't just done all this. Oh my God, that's so annoying. Okay, right. Now I'm going to feel like I'm repeating myself, which I am. Okay, cool. So let's start with the fake meats. I've got some Cajun squeaky bean pieces. These are 4.5 syns. I've also got 2 packets of the Richmond meat-free ham, which is sin-free. I got 2 packets of the Warburton's pittas. I'm completely out in the freezer, but just 2 packets will see me through, well, it's like 8 days worth, isn't it? So that will keep me going for a bit. I only took in 1 sort of big bag with me, quite deliberately, because it ended up being a lot quicker than I was a lot later than I was intending, etc. Anyway, I also got 3 things of tofu, smoked tofu, sorry. The vegan meats and tofus and veggie stuff all appears to be on 3 for 2 at the moment, hence 3 items there, 3 items there. Again, I would have got more tofu, and I'll probably try and go back to make sure I take advantage of that offer, because obviously I do get through quite a lot of tofu, and I would like to stock up, but this was not the night for it. So there we go, that's those things. Ready-made thing, I got these, which I was quite excited about. steam bags of long grain white rice. There's 4 bags in here. This bag was £2.50. So in my head, I think that makes about 66p a bag in there. But I thought, what a convenient option. And they are sin free, so that's good. Obviously, you know, the microwave pouches are always available too, but they are normally at least 1 sin for the plain varieties and up to 4, maybe even 5 for some of the flavoured ones. So this is a really good option to have in the freezer. So I thought I'd try it out. I don't think I've ever tried frozen rice bags before, or if I have, I don't really remember it. So hopefully that's a good experience, because that seems like something I would want to keep as part of my regular freezer stock. And then on the same sort of vein, I also found these. Tesco, I saw in the app when I was checking it when I was in there that there is also a whole grain version of this, which obviously would have been the one I go for. My Tesco, as I've said many times, I live in a small country town and my Tesco just isn't big enough to support the full range of stuff, so that they weren't there. So it was white or nothing. So I got the white ones to try. But white rice is still fine. I just tend to go for whole grain usually. And then also I found these white and wild rice pouches or bags with mixed vegetables, and these are just 1 sin for one of the little freezer bags inside, which I thought was, again, a really good option. And I took a gamble and I got 2 lots because I was hoping that they're going to be quite good. And I thought they're really versatile because I can... I mean, I guess same with the steamed rice, but particularly these, like, you know, you can just heat them up and have them as is and then just add a protein. You could use them as part of a fried rice dish, just ready to go with your vegetables already there, or at least partially there, so you can just add a little bit if you want to. You could have them, like, you could make it into like a sort of all-in-one curry or stew dish. You could flavour it in loads of different ways. Yeah, I mean, there's just loads that you could do with it. So I figured that was a really, really good option to have. So we're trying that out and hoping I like it, because like I said, I got 2 lots of it. Okay, on to the main event, which is vegetables. I have run out of all onions, so obviously I just got some white and red onions, basics. I got tomatos. These are on the special this week, so but that's the nice ones that I would usually get if I'm not getting cherry ones on the vine. So I think they're only about 89p, so that was good. 2 lots of mushrooms, again, happened to be on the offer this week, but you guys know me, I would always get mushrooms and at least 2 packets because I get through them. I love mushrooms and they're so good for you. And high in vitamin D, which is always good as vegans, and actually as humans in England, we need lots of vitamin D. I was in the doctor's the other day having my thyroid blood test, just my annual checkup, and there was, like, while you're waiting, they have like a big TV screen with like information on it just for you to read in the waiting room. And one of it said, like, no one in the UK gets enough sun between September and March to make enough vitamin D, so every single person over like 4 years old, something like that, should be having a vitamin D supplement, like in those 6-month period, which I actually knew, but I thought that was really good that they were making it so public. So I hope people take advantage of that, because like it is an important vitamin to have. Okay, so also on the like specials this week was the these little mini new potatoes. And again, these are super versatile. You can have them as is, you can steam them, boil them, roast them, air fry them, have them in a curry, have them in a stew, have them in a soup. There's just so many ways you can have them. So I got a packet of them, and then I got 2 packets of courgettes because, again, like mushrooms, I just go through courgettes. They're a great addition to anything just to up the speed. They're yummy, but also if you're quite fussy on vegetables, they don't taste of that much, although I do like the flavour of them. So, you know, they're a great vegetable. I got 2 aubergines, again, speed. The aubergines in my Tesco are very variable. Sometimes they're teeny weeny and then you're like, I'm not paying 90p or whatever it is for a tiny one. But they're actually a decent-ish size today. So I got 2. And then again, I've got options then for like a roast vegetable and couscous dish, or even roast vegetables, make a hummus, have it in a roll, that kind of thing. Have it in a pasta. And I mean, there's obviously loads of stuff I can just do with aubergine as well. But I was just thinking, combined with the courgettes, red onions, aubergine, even mushrooms, I've got peppers in the fridge still, happy days. Or you can have them as part of a big curry or stew. And then I got some celery. And now celery is something I don't necessarily often buy. And when I do, it's usually for a specific purpose or something I have in mind. And in this case, it was lentil soup, because it's meant to be rainy the next couple of days, I think. So, and I've just been sort of craving fairly simple foods. And I think that I may make a lentil soup. And I'm thinking onion, celery, carrots, courgette, tomatoes, whether fresh or tinned, and obviously lentils, and then lots of spices. Probably the spices framed around the recipe in Oh She Glows, because there's a really nice... she calls it like a detox soup, but the spice mix in it is incredible. I mean, it's essentially that recipe anyway. It's just that I think she has kale in it and I don't have any kale. So anyway, yeah, so here is my shop. It ended up, I don't know what I've said in the intro and what I said in the recording that I didn't record. So I'm sorry if I'm repeating myself, but this whole thing was like £31 something, which I think is quite a lot of money, because I haven't got like loads of convenience food, I don't think. Like, I think this is a pretty decent shop, fairly healthy. Yes, I've got a little bit of fake meat, but I mean, tofu, pittas and vegetables and some frozen rice and veg. It's not exactly extravagant. So interesting. But, and that's with those things on 3 for 2. So there we go. What was the other thing I was going to say that I thought I was going to repeat? And now I'm not sure. Yeah, for my tea tonight, I'm actually, I specifically bought this to have tonight. So this is 4.5 syns. And I'm going to have it with 2 of these rice and vegetable bags, which will be 2 syns. So my tea tonight is going to be 6.5 syns, and that'll be my trial of these as well. I'm sure there was something else I was going to say and I can't remember. Did I talk about bacon already? The fact that there wasn't any? Anyway, there was no bacon. Hopefully I spoke about it earlier. Really odd. So yeah, I've got some breakfast options here as well though, because I've got some vegan cheese in the fridge. I've already got, like I said, I've got carrots already, and I've got peppers, and I've got tender stem in the fridge, and I've got 1 little gem lettuce as well. So with this stuff, I've got really versatile ingredients. And yes, I do tend to go for the same types of vegetable, but it's because they're nice, they work with a lot of different things, and I like them, and they're easy, and vegetables are good. And as long as you get like a bit of a variety, then it's all good. So my mouth is so dry because to you it's been 10 minutes, but to me it's been like 40. So I'm gonna go make some food, get that stuff in the fridge and the freezer, and I'll come back to you shortly. And here we go. This kind of looks like a small portion, but I guess that's just because it's light on the vegetables. But that's okay, I'm really not very hungry, I just need something, so this is fine for me. Sorry, I'm just laughing because normally I have my bowls like... Anyway, yeah, so this is 6.5 syns, 4.5 for the Cajun squeaky bean fillet things, and 2 for the 2 bags of steamed rice and vegetables. I'm also just making a cup of tea for afterwards, and can I just say, ooh, how nice it is to have a kettle, oops, that doesn't leak. Oh my God, this is like luxury. Wow, no leaks. Are you impressed? This tea is my usual pucker nighttime tea, just herbal tea. It's my favourite. Time for the old food diary. So I couldn't add up, so there's lots of scribbles today. But yeah, so breakfast. Are we going to focus? Yes, we are. Oh dear, we are a bit temperamental. Right, okay, so obviously I have my coconut yogurt and my fruits and 2 coffees, but they were only half the amount of my normal milk, so that's fine. It was all 2.5 there. Then for lunch, obviously I had my leftover 40 clove chickpeas and broccoli, which was really nice, and I soaked up the juices with 2 wholemeal rolls, and obviously it had half a tablespoon of olive oil in it, so that was 9 syns at lunchtime. I don't know if I said earlier, but I just felt rubbish in the afternoon. Just, yeah, not great. Anyway, that might have been in that deleted footage, but regardless. So yeah, it was quite late by the time I went to Tesco, and then consequently ate. But as you will have just seen, I have my squeaky bean stuff and the 2 rice and veg bags. So that was 6.5. So that makes, oh, excuse me, that makes 18 syns. which is me for the day. So happy days. Oh, look at my lettering. So yeah, that's it really. And now I shall bid you adieu because it is good night time. So I'm not going to sing the goodbye song from Sound of Music, but please know that I'm singing it to you in my head, but I won't do that to you. So have a lovely day tomorrow, today, whenever you're watching this, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.